Okay, review time. What do we have here, mate?
We have the Smart Ball by Tour Striker, and we're going to have a look to see what it's all about, what we can do with it, how it's going to help your game.
Sounds good to me. Right, so we're back. So what is the point of this? Talk me through it.
So it comes as two pieces. It comes as the actual inflatable ball, and it comes with this lanyard that you can attach it to. So pop it around your neck, or you can just have it without it. But the idea behind it is that you put it between your forearms, okay? And from there, it will help you do a few things within that golf swing. Now, what I find is that it's more useful for a short game. I have seen people on social media hitting full shots with it. I've tried it. It just feels, once I get a little bit further up to here, it feels a little bit restrictive. I have to really hold on to it. But like I said before, where I really see it coming into its own is, you know, this short game area.
Okay. So what's it supposed to help improve?
Now, the big issue that I see with people whenever they pitch chip from around the greens, whenever the player comes down to this area here, they tend to flick.
Okay.
Okay, and the arm structure that they have at the start of their golf swing breaks down, and pretty much there you can see that my arms become separated whenever that flick happens.
So the ball came out your arms.
The ball would come out.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So whenever I do this, and I'll go and try and demonstrate and hit one, whenever I hit a short shot here, you will see as I come through, the biggest thing I personally can feel is that I can't roll my hands.
Okay.
Now, a lot of the time there are people, whenever they come through impact, they really twist the face.
Yeah, they flip it.
And the ball goes left.
Yeah.
I can literally stand here with this, aim at a target and not miss the target left.
Interesting. So you can keep quite passive hands through it. So you have to keep passive hands through it for the ball to stay in the right position.
Exactly.
That's clever. Okay, cool.
Whenever, like, if you think of it this way, so you've got short game and full shots. When it comes to a short game shot, the club face wants to stay pretty neutral through impact. So what that means is there's not a lot of rotation.
Yeah.
Whenever you come to a full shot, there is a natural amount of rotation that happens.
Yeah.
So when you get to this area, in order to be as accurate as you can be, you want that face to be really, really held off square through impact instead of that rolling process that happens.
Yeah.
And like I said before, whenever I do this, you get that ball in between the forearms, and we pick your target. As you come through, like that face all the way through there, if I bring that back, I am not rotating that whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah.
All I'm doing is
completely passive through impact.
Yes, exactly.
So you're basically using your rotation to make sure it's square.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So that's how we make our pitching as accurate as possible. It's through use of your body. Yeah. Rather than use of your hands and wrists and forearms.
It's kind of almost simplifying it a little bit more, because I find a lot of golfers, they're kind of inside and they have to flip to get in the right position. It's just trying to take an element out of it, which is your hands, which, to be honest with you, it makes a huge difference in where the ball goes if you flip it or you're too weak or whatever. So I get what it does. It's quite clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something so simple.
Exactly. Now, the other thing that I find it's useful for is it allows my body and my arms to work together. It feels like they're a lot more in sync and connected.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I see this as a swing foot. If I go this direction, as the club goes back, you see some people do this.
Yeah.
And this right arm.
Chicken wing.
Chicken wing, yeah. So obviously that's going to cure that right away.
Yeah.
Because in order to maintain the smart ball where it's at, you've got to connect that rather than disconnect that. So it's got a lot of different uses. It's like I said before, I see the most benefit from short game. I mean, if you're thinking of getting one, I mean, I don't think they're very expensive either. I think it's definitely worth having to bring to the driving range.
Sure, yeah.
But definitely short game. Try it out yourself as far as longer swings. I think if you get somewhere near 3/4 length as far as your backswing,
Yeah,
that's probably where it has its maximum effect.
yeah, yeah.
Beyond there, I think it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I find that it's very restrictive.
So when it comes to flop shots, one of the key things we want to see is we want to see the loft maintained through impact. Okay, and not to try to take the loft off. So the one thing with this smart ball, hopefully it'll keep that loft through impact and just pops the ball up in the air. So it's very useful for flop shots as well.
Very good.
Now what we're going to do, we're going to go inside to the putting green, and it has its uses for the putter as well. Okay, so when it comes to using the smart ball for putting, it's got its use as well. So again, when put in between your forearms, it allows me to stay connected. It worked. So again, whenever it comes to putting, what's really helpful, again, the smart ball will help this happen. You see as I do that, Simon, can you see how my wrists aren't moving?
Yeah, again, it's the same kind of thing, isn't it? That's a massive killer for loads of people with putting, is flipping.
That.
And yeah, it keeps it all connected.
Now if I stand this way, if I flick, you
Yeah,
can see how it tends to then obviously move the face left of
yeah,
target.
yeah, yeah,
Plus it'll add loft, so you'll get like a bobbly reaction off the face when you hit a putt.
yeah.
So has really
I think this is going to be good for me, mate.
not there,
I
yeah.
don't know why I haven't used it.
Maybe a bit right, but
Well, you probably, to be honest with you, if you do that with the putting, you're probably going to either see it in the hole or pushed, aren't you? To start with, I believe.
Yep. You're not gonna pull that left as a result, but like it does the same thing like we said as far as the pitching is concerned. It allows the wrists to be very passive, not used an awful lot.
Yeah,
In a flipping or rotational sense, either or.
yeah,
But whenever I do this, and again with putting, it's very, very important that we rock those shoulders, keep the hands and arms the same, and try to limit the amount of flick that happens. So what do you think of this?
for what it is, a simple inflatable ball, it's ridiculously you can utilise it in so many ways.
I'll maybe put a price up and around here.
Yeah.
But I think they're about between £20 and £30.
I think they're about right, yeah. But I think, I mean, you could probably do a cheaper version. You could probably just get a inflatable ball and do it. But
the first person I watched used a tennis ball, which
yeah,
is obviously a lot smaller than this.
yeah,
I think it was Justin Rose,
yeah,
springs to mind. But yes, effectively you get a ball that sort of size there, which, what would you say that is? It's like a
6 inch by 6 inch round ball.
It's a good bit bigger than a tennis ball, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, but I like it. I think Tall Striker as a company, they're quite, they're quite ingenious. They've done a few really kind of simple products, but really, really good. That iron we played with, that tried, is brilliant as well.
The key thing for me is that again, it's Tour Striker. It's Martin Chuck is the guy that owns the business. He is a very, very good golf coach. So I mean, it only makes sense that a really good golf coach, not always, but will make a very good training aid because he knows the golf game inside out. As far as coaching. So again, very simple.
Very effective.
Comes into a lot of different uses within golf.
Yeah, 100%. Cheers.